Hello YouTube, how is everybody this evening? Hope everyone's keeping warm. I know here in Southern Ontario we are getting hit pretty good with a storm. So for those who are dealing with it, please keep warm and safe. Anyhow, today's Sunday and I want to show you the progress of the project I'm making from my Head to Toe Winter Knits book. Which if you guys would like to go over my post page, I do have a poll up for it for the next item to make, and I do have a new poll for a new book that I'm making, which is Cuddly Animals. So the project I'm working on is a graphic snood, and I will show you the example. All different colors in it. Looks very fun and festive. If you guys had seen my video last week, you would know that I was not pleased with the outcome of what I was making. I had only done one segment plus a little bit, and I went on a rant, kind of like, what am I going to do? I don't like this, and it was going to be a lot of ends. Like, the snood is supposed to be 58 inches or 56 inches. I think it's 58 inches. So you must say a full measuring tape. And I thought that's an awful lot of ends. And I'm using six colors and anywhere between 2 rows to 6 rows. I'm switching colors all the time. And it was like, no. I even thought about knotting it all and then doing another panel just solid and sewing it together. Like, I'm using Bernette Premium, and I am using Bernette Super Value yarn. So like, it's a thick yarn, and you get like 2 layers of that. It's gonna be like super thick and way too much. And I thought about maybe just making it into a cowl. Again, a lot of ends to sew in. So last week I had mentioned, that I wasn't sure if I was going to do 2 solid colors or if I was going to do like a solid color and then maybe an ombre color, which I didn't have any ombre in the house. So I hemmed and hawed about it. I actually went on Amazon and looked at some ombre that I've seen on there a few times for 3 skeins for a decent price. And then come to find out they're only like 3-ounce skeins, so they're like less than, like more than half the size of one of the solids. So I thought, no, not going that way. It's not worth money. So I decided to go 2 solids. So I'm using this beautiful lilac color. And then, like I said, I'm using a white to go with it. I'm 5 rows away from my first repeat, like finishing my first, set. So here's the front. I'm loving how it's looking. I hope you guys can see the difference in the colors. And then here's the floats on the back, which look a lot neater than it would if I was doing it with all those colors. So it's a little messy, but all in all, not bad. But like, it's so much neater. I don't have a whole bunch of ends hanging down. Like right now I only have one end here, which is when I tried on the lilac, and then the white when I cast it on. When I'm done, there'll only be 2 strands to sew at the end. Although I will have 2 strands of white at some point, because right now I'm using just a ball of white. And I know it's not going to be enough to do the full size, so I'm going to have to use that other white as well. But again, I'm liking it. I'm going to do the full length. I know that was another thing that I was hemming and hawing about. If I was going to do the full length or if I was going to do it like a, a little cowl type idea, which, as you can see, would be a good cover. But I decided, you know what? With just the 2 colors, I'm going to go the full length. I do like it. Now, as you can see over on this side, like, it's nice and flat. Like, there's no bunching like there is in the center or a little bit on this side. And that's because of carrying the yarn. I don't know there's a way around it. I could have probably carried the yarn across, even though on this end you're never changing your colors. You always change it on the beginning rounds of knitting. So that's why all my changes are on this side, not this side. Okay, I could have easily carried the other color over just to give it texture across as well. Maybe I should have, but nah, what's done is done. I'm not changing it now. It's going to be all bunched up anyhow, so I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. And like, it's thick. It is like very, very thick, very squishy. And I think it's because of all the floats on the back, which I'm okay with. So I will put a progress keeper in that to see where I'm at. But then I'm going to have a second progress keeper next week so that when I'm done the whole section, then I know then when the new repeat starts. Now I did make some changes to the graph, and I did kind of draw one out of the two colors. Start off with one of the sections. There was supposed to be 3 colors. I decided to keep color 1 and color 3 the same to go with my chart, but I took color 2 and I divided it in half. Half of the stitches I added to color 1, half I added to color 2. So not a big deal. And then the last 2 segments, I combined it into one due to the last segment would have started with white, ended in purple, which is the same way the first segment does. So that would have been 10 rounds in total of those 2 colors, but they would have been offset. I could have done it, but I don't know. I wanted every section to start with a different color, so I decided instead of doing a round of 2 and then a round of 4, I just made it a round of 6. But use the color combination for the 2-row repeats. Yeah, that was only I made. Like I said, I made a few changes. But being a crafter, that's what we're allowed to do, right? How long is this project gonna take me? Like I said, I just did this a little bit last week, which I think only had color 1 and a start of color 2 going after I'd filmed the catastrophe I had on the needles to begin with, and then worked on it just today. I think I figured it's going to be 10 total repeats, which would put me, if I go another 9 weeks from now, that would put me into March some point. So this project could be on the go for a little while. There might be some weeks where I work on it a little bit more than others. There might be some weeks where I don't work on it at all. You never know. So yeah, it's going to be a bit. So whatever project you guys pick for my Head to Toe Winter Knits book for my next project, you guys won't know the outcome for it for a little while, but keep on going. Like I said, I know when I looked at it, when I think I was about 3 repeats in, maybe, or 3 sets of the design in, it kind of reminded me. Now, I didn't have a sweater like this. I've seen a sweater like this on a site I used to go on a few years, well, about 7, 8 years ago now. There were sweaters, like pullover type sweaters. They were easily from the like 1980s. And I'm sort of thinking, oh my goodness, I was a child then. That was so sad. And I'm looking at some of the sweaters and the color blocking work. And that's what doing just the 2 colors reminds me of, is one of those sweaters I looked at and I thought, oh my goodness, there's a way to pay homage to, your childhood. But anyways, guys, thanks for coming over and seeing my video. If you like what you see, maybe consider hitting a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. Have a good day, everybody. Tomorrow's Monday. And I got one heck of an update for that as well. So if you're waiting to see how my mandala blanket's coming along, please consider subscribing, turning on notifications so that you'll see that video come up tomorrow. Yeah, there's a little story behind that one as well. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by. And like I said, please keep warm, keep safe. And I will try and catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody.